Hello, I am Koreina Cat, and this is Final Fantasy XIV main scenario quest playthrough. Yeah, this is Xaeus Maors and her friend Puff, and I guess Elbird and Alpha shit. Anyway, let's begin. We caught the traitor last time. Let's see what happens next.
I strangled a man.
No, Puff. Oh, you did during the fight. She was strangling.
Captain Ilbert and I have a few questions for the. I'm going to do it again. For the Flame Marshal regarding the circumstances of her miraculous escape. When we have completed our interrogation, we shall take our findings directly to General Rabon, and that shall be the end of it. Your work here is done, my friend. My thanks. But I have one last task for you. Return to the Rising Stones and apprise me of all that has happened. I'm aware that the antecedent held Royer in high regard. For better or worse, she will want to know how this tale ends.
Do they know each other?
I guess.
Yes, she is, little Puff. She is.
You must replace her.
I'm working on it. I would make a much better antecedent than she.
You would be so bored.
Yeah, no, that's probably true. To me, damn it, Puff. Whenever she's on my shoulder, she blocks me from clicking on things.
Meanwhile, in the Rising Stones.
Thancred's still dying over there. And he's still drinking. Hi, Chitaru. Bye, Chitaru. Hey, Manphilia, I did a thing. I don't know why I had to come all the way back here to tell you.
Welcome back, my friend. I have already received word from Alphino.
So then why am I here?
To think that Flame Marshal Huayu was the Garlean agent. I know not what to say.
I don't trust her pronunciation.
Together with Robon, Eline lent us much-needed aid at the time of our Order's founding. She was particularly passionate about the need to tackle the primal threat. When we discussed the subject, her eyes fairly shone with determination. Whatever else she may have been, I choose to believe that it was her true self with whom I spoke then. But now is not the time to dwell on such matters. I have an important announcement to make regarding our effort to defeat the Ascians. We shall begin as soon as everyone is assembled.
I bet this could have been an email. Yeah.
My thanks for coming, friends. Moonbreeder, the floor is yours.
By now, I'm sure you're all familiar with white auracite, the miraculous material that'll allow us to capture Ascian souls. Back at Snowcloak, we verified its ability to absorb vast amounts of ether. Alas, it leaves something to be desired in the area of stability. The stone can only store ether for a short while before expelling its contents.
In addition to auracite's inherent limitations, we must needs be wary of our enemy's strength. Our foe draweth upon an infinite wellspring of power. Even should we succeed in entrapping him, the stone will not long contain his wrath.
Meaning that, if we want to kill the swine, we'll have to be quick about it.
'Tis our belief that an Ascian soul may be permanently undone, if smitten by a sufficiently concentrated burst of pure ether.
The only trouble is, we can't say for sure how concentrated the burst needs to be. Without knowing how much ether an Ascian soul is composed of, we're basically guessing.
Our sole clue lieth in thy struggle with La Habrea.
During that encounter, Heidelin bid you forge what she called a Blade of Light, a weapon which took the form of a luminous stream of energy. Based on your description, We believe the blade with which you vanquished your foe was composed of ether. Admittedly, your victory proved ephemeral, as La Habrea was able to use a crystal of darkness to flee into the space that lies between our world and the void. The fact remains, however, that Hydaelyn placed the means to destroy the Ascians in your hands. Be that as it may, it would be unwise to assume that she will do the same when we next encounter such a foe.
Quite so, my lady. We must needs find the means to forge our own blade of ether, one to equal that which Hydaelyn did benevolently bestow upon her champion.
That is all well and good, but it seems to me that producing such a blade will require a prodigious quantity of ether. Whence will it come, pray tell?
Oh, what if we had 2 pieces of white orosite? One to trap the Ascian, and the other to store the ether for the blade.
Oh, nice try. But it's as I said, the stone won't hold ether for any length of time. We'd still need to collect the stuff there and then, sorry to say.
And therein lies the rub. Finding a way to create the blade whenever and wherever we choose.
'Twould seem more research is in order.
I'm going to linger a while, perform a few more tests on the orosite. And I could do with some help. Urianger, why don't you lend me a hand?
Mine apologies, but I am required at the Waking Sands. Lady Minfilia hath given me sole charge of the premises. 'Twould be unseemly to leave them unattended.
Sole charge, you say? So you're basically alone there, then? Well, that settles it. I'll just have to come to you.
Oh my gosh. Hey, he didn't say no.
While you were afield,
He knows better.
word arrived from the Sharlayan motherland. You will recall that a survey party was dispatched to investigate the incident at the Isle of Val. What they discovered was troubling, to say the least. According to the report, the isle has been erased from existence. 'Twas as if a hole had been torn in the very fabric of reality.
Aye, yet the mystery endeth not with the isle's disappearance. It hath come to light that a number of scholars in various other locales were reported missing at a similar juncture.
What's more, they all had something in common with the head of the students of Baldessian. Every last one of them was researching a phenomenon called dimensional compression, or the rejoining as the ancient texts call it. I'll be damned if that's a coincidence.
All indications suggest Ascian involvement, but I sense that a force greater still is at work. The entity the Dark Beings call the One True God. We must pray that my dear friend Kryl regains consciousness soon. If she bore witness to the Isle of Val's final moments, she may be able to shed some light on this mystery.
Told you she was in a coma.
You were right.
Following the calamity, the forces of the 14th Imperial Legion entrenched themselves in strategic locations across Eorzea. So swiftly did they accomplish this, it was suspected that they had received help. To think that it came from Huayu, my right hand.
There is more. We have reason to believe that Huayu didn't deal exclusively with the 14th. She also answered to a higher authority in Garlemald. But this higher authority could not have been the Emperor. By consenting to the media project, Solus Zos Galvus showed himself to be more concerned about preventing the spread of primal influence than claiming Eorzea for the Empire. He would happily have seen the lot reduced to ash. We believe a number of high-ranking figures within the royal household were against the decision, but that they knew better than to oppose the Emperor openly. Of course, this didn't prevent them from making clandestine provisions, in which Huayu played a part.
Alas, these provisions did not prevent Dalamud from falling, and the ensuing chaos changed the face of the realm forever. Yet Eorzea survived. To all intents and purposes, the Meteor Project had failed, and the Empire was left to rue its lack of a decisive means to eliminate the Primals. Until, that is, it stumbled upon the Ultima weapon.
Even before the accursed thing was dug up, it seemed to me the 14th had the might to overwhelm our weakened armies. Yet they chose to hide behind their walls. Why?
The Black Wolf was wary of making the denizens of Eorzea desperate, lest more primals emerge to bleed the land. The discovery of the Ultima weapon, however, emboldened him to resume his war of conquest in earnest.
But there was one in Garlemald who believed that Van Belsar's actions were premature. One who stood higher in the Imperial Army's chain of command. He ordered the Legatus to halt his advance, only to find that the Black Wolf had slipped its leash, and that the 14th now acted alone. In a bid to bring Van Belsar to heel, he used the agent he had planted in Ul'dah prior to the Calamity to undermine the Legion's efforts.
A man who outranks Van Belsar, yet opposed the late Emperor's decision to annihilate Eorzea. This could only be the former High Legatus of the Garlean army, now known as Emperor Varus Zos Galvus. So he was Huayu's true master.
But one of several in actual fact. We've learned that even as Huayu served the Empire's interests, she sold Imperial secrets to a certain faction in Eorzea. In so doing, she helped to maintain the status quo, thus prolonging the conflict. Considering who stands to profit from war, it isn't hard to imagine who her other masters were.
7 hells! You mean to say that she was a double agent?
Triple, if you consider her services to Van Belsar and the new Emperor as separate.
As neatly as these pieces seem to fit, one aspect of the puzzle remains unclear to me. By whose will was the Marshal feeding intelligence to the heretics? And try as I might, I fail to see how aiding their cause would profit either her Imperial or monetarist masters. Could it be that another hand is at work here? If so, Huayu must be made to reveal whose it is.
Not only have I lost a trusted friend, now I must interrogate her as a stranger.
Not a pleasant task, I grant you, but a necessary one. Unless we weed out the ivy, root, stalk, and stem, it will simply grow back.
I know that full well. Those closest to Huayu have already been detained, and I will question them alongside her.
General, pray keep in mind that there may be unwitting abettors among them.
All will be treated fairly. On that you have my word. Those who are innocent have no cause to fear.
You have ever been a friend of truth, General. I hope the unpleasant task of weeding out falsehood will not detain you too long. Though it be for the sake of Eorzea, doubting one's comrades is poison to the soul. And with that, I take my leave.
All these years, I've been made to dance to their tune. How could you, Huayu? How could you side with them? Those cankers who take from this land and give naught in return, who use their power to disempower and grow fat while the people starve. I know you can hear me, monitorous scum! Your crimes will not go unpunished! One day I will purge this land of your sickness before the eyes of the 12, I swear it!
You tell him.
Yeah, you tell that chandelier.
Guy falls out of chandelier.
I shall have no further need of you this day. Your Grace. I fear that not even mine own chambers shall remain private for long.
Has the situation grown so grim?
Ever since he proposed the Cartiner Reclamation Bill, Teleji Adeleji has risen to greater prominence upon the backs of impoverished refugees. The monetarists were ever united in their pursuit of profit, but the man's actions have torn a rift in their ranks. They snap at each other as rabid dogs. Yet now is not the time to be bickering among ourselves.
If this bickering is a threat to law and order, might you not have grounds to dissolve the Syndicate?
Would that the solution were so simple, Admiral. Alas, my moving to dissolve the Syndicate is certain to spark outrage among the influential merchant class, whom the Cabal represents. This would serve to exacerbate the current unrest, and peace would slip still further away. Be they rich or poor, natives or refugees, all who reside in Ul'dah have a right to pursue happiness. It is the duty of a ruler to protect this right. If I am to perform my duty, I must needs tread warily. It would not do to make enemies heedlessly. Were Lord Lolorito here, he would doubtless say that I have my head in the clouds.
A ruler is required to take a wide view. Try as we might to cater to all needs, some will inevitably be overlooked. As such, there shall ever be citizens who feel aggrieved. It cannot be helped. But as you have informed us, the monetarists take no view but their own. They hunger for power while the masses starve. In the absence of a common cause, it seems beyond any one individual to make Ul'dah whole.
And the presence of a Garlean agent within the Immortal Flames only makes matters worse. Even accounting for Uldah's historic reliance upon mercenaries, such a grievous breach of security is unprecedented. I fear this business will provide the monetarists with a rod to beat Rauban.
Eorzea can ill afford for the Immortal Flames to be dampened now. Ere long, the Garleans will turn their ravenous gaze toward our lands once more. If we are to resist their might, our nations must stand together. Yet for this to happen, our nations must be whole. Cannot be done to improve the situation in Ul'dah.
The true wealth of Ul'dah lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her citizens. Alas, the citizens shall never know these things, so long as their lives are ruled by the ambitions of the few. The monetarists claim to represent the best interests of the people, but in sooth they desire only to manipulate them for their own selfish ends. For the government to serve the people, it must be formed of the people. For Ul'dah to move forward, it is not only the Syndicate that must be dissolved.
Nay, you jest.
My friends, it was for no other reason than to make known to you mine intent that I requested your presence here. When I make my declaration to the people, chaos shall inevitably ensue. As the last monarch in the line of Ul, I make unto you this request. Help Roban to preserve order and protect the people. Forsake them, and you forsake yourselves. For a strong Eorzea will ever have need of a strong Ul'dah.
Your Grace, are you certain of this?
There is no other way. When the time is ripe, the nation shall become a true republic. Both royalists and monetarists shall cease to be. Ul'dah will no longer belong to kings or queens or merchant princes, but to her people. Roban, forgive me for casting aside all that you have toiled for in my name. Beyond this gesture, I am powerless to help my subjects.
My god, that was a weird fever dream I just had. Icebreaker. That was a 21-minute long quest.
Beats the hour one.
That's true. I am most eager to address the Ascian threat. However, we dare not neglect our other pressing concerns. We both know full well that Saint Shiva will not be the last primal we face, and our relationship with Ishgard is still tenuous at best. To think that the resolution of the primal threat was once the sole priority of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Some days I wonder if it was wise for us to take on so many other responsibilities. What's this us shit?
Lest you forget, antecedent, the Scions need not shoulder the burden alone. We're not the Crystal Braves established for this very reason. True, we are presented with a multitude of problems. However, we have all the resources we need to address them in turn. Ixali in particular is ever a steadying hand, who I trust will continue to support the Braves.
I'm like 99% certain I don't have a choice, so yeah, yep. To what do we owe the pleasure? Have there been further developments regarding the situation in Ul'dah?
As expected, the Immortal Flames have been struggling to cope with the revelation that one of their highest-ranking officers was a Garlean agent. Suffice it to say, Tetelegi Adelegi and the monetarist ilk have wasted no time in attempting to turn the situation to their advantage. Coupled with ongoing unrest, the Flames are finding themselves hard-pressed. Plainly, General Raban needs our help, and I will direct the Crystal Braves to offer what support they can. If I am to stay abreast of the latest developments and issue effective orders, however, I cannot afford to waste time traveling back and forth. And so, for the foreseeable future, I think it would be best if I were to remain in Ul'dah, unless you have an objection. None whatsoever. Please go, get out now.
None whatsoever. We have matters here well in hand, and honestly, it'd be nice not to have you around for a little bit. Damn. Annoying little shit.
Your jests land as sharply as ever, antecedent. Umbrida's research is proceeding as planned?
So she tells me, though I'm not familiar with the details. Urianger is poring over his tomes at the waking sand, and others are contributing in their own ways, like drinking themselves under the table. Alas, the key problem. How to form an ethereal blade at will remains unsolved. Nevertheless, it is only a matter of time. Xaeus, while we focus on that task, mayhap you could assist Alphino and his braves with theirs? It would do much to restore faith in the immortal flames if the Warrior of Light was seen working on their behalf. Never forget that your esteemed status allows you to act in ways that those more tightly bound organizations and nations cannot. As ever, I implore you to do so. Okay, but I'm a part of the immortal flames.
All the better for it. Not that your response was ever in doubt, but I humbly thank you once more for aiding our cause. Now then, there are preparations I must attend to before my departure, such as receiving Riol's latest report. He has proven to be quite skilled at gathering information which kept secret. Hence why I placed him under my direct command and ordered him to investigate the Uldan riots. When you are finished here, join me outside. Depending on what he has to say, I may soon have a favor to ask.
If there are any developments on our front, I shall inform you at once in the usual fashion. Oh yay, calling me on my damn phone. Great. Pray return to the waking sands. I had that as the ringtone for you, because that's all you say. Boo. Oh, they changed. Hi, Charu. Hello, Xaeus. Are you sleeping well? You must be absolutely exhausted from saving the realm on a daily basis. Thank you. Damn.
Moonbrita has charged us with acquiring some rather esoteric manuscripts, but I'm afraid the task is proving to be nigh impossible.
When the city of learning was abandoned, a great many tomes were scattered and lost. How smoothly our research might proceed were we able to peruse the archives of yesteryear. Yesteryear?
Yeah.
No. We needed a rare ore to modify the white orosite, and Thancred solved the problem using only his link pearl. I mean, it's great and everything, but where's the fun in that?
Interesting. When one is in need of precious commodities, it helps to have friends in the right places. Fortunately, I am well acquainted with the charming daughter of a successful Uldan import merchant.
Yeah, of course you are. These two have been telling me stories about the corrupted crystal formations that appear following the calamity. I'll need more data before I can draw a conclusion, but I'm intrigued by the potential of the untapped energies.
We were but struggling adventures the night we saw fire rain from the sky and a pillar of light scorch the heavens. What a sight that was, eh, Coltene? Hori and I were in eastern Thanalan when the colossal shards of Dalamud pierced the ground. We stood witness to the subsequent explosion of ether and watched dumbfounded as the swirling energy solidified into those twisted crystal structures that we now know so well. Yeah, what a sight that must have been.
Must have been terrifying.
Yeah.
For being real. Did you ever talk to him? Oh.
Is everything in order, Xaeus? Are you ready to attend us? Pleasure as always, Xaeus. You'll be escorting the commander to Ulda, I take it. Actually, I had another task in mind for her. If you would be so kind as to repeat your report for her benefit. Right then. Me and mine have been been making inquiries into the source of the weapons that found their way into the refugee hands a ways back. So happens we caught wind of something promising, a rather large purchase of sharp and pointy things by a black marketeer holed up near Highbridge. I doubt that this man would have secured such a quantity of weapons if he did not already have clients waiting. Clients that, for whatever reason, would prefer for this transaction to remain secret. Brings to mind that merchant what caught an arrow while talking to Xaeus, don't it? Generous fellow, he was doling out swords and spears to the downtrodden and disgruntled. Which isn't to say that these clients have the same mischief in mind, but if you want to be sure, it might be prudent to intervene before they collect their goods. Seizing the weapons before they fall into the wrong hands would be for the best. However, if we strike at the appointed hour, we might capture the black marketeer as well as his clients. What say you, Xaeus? Then it is settled. Rendezvous with Captain Ilbert at Highbridge and intervene when the exchange takes place. Now then, if you would excuse me, I must leave for Ul'dah. I expect good tidings. Cocky little shit, but his heart's in the right place.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Later, at Camp Dragon.
Whoa! Oh god, it's like pouring down rain in Camp Drybone.
That's first.
Ah, gosh, I can't see. It's raining so hard.
Puff is just clinging for dear life to your shoulder.
That sounds about right. Oh, jeez.
You alright?
Yeah, no, I'm getting tired like I always do because, you know.
Ah, Xaeus. My scouts have been keeping a close eye on the Black Marketeer, and it would seem that his guests have arrived. It would also seem that he has hired more than a few men to stand guard. Common thugs of no consequence, but they nevertheless pose a threat. Even so, I feel compelled to apologize. This is far beneath a woman of your standing, and Commander Levier needn't have dispatched you hither. But powerful men have ever need of loyal, able-bodied friends. Having found one in you, 'tis only natural that he would come to rely upon you without hesitation. Now then, we should make for the burning wall without delay and secure those weapons. The first unit will ensure that the clients do not escape. With me, Xaeus.
Never.
The Ilbert keeps staring at my boobies.
What boobies? Do you have boobies? Motherfucker.
I have boobies. You just sent away the thing to keep away the rain.
Maybe for anybody sitting on it, not me though. I would have been out in the rain.
To keep the rain away from me.
Yeah, is that where you sit?
Are you ready for the moment of truth?
Moment of truth? Aw, shit.
I spy the one man, but there are sure to be others. I have a plan. While you approach the sentry and create a distraction, my men and I will slip past and catch the Black Marketeer unawares. Once you've disposed of the thugs, wait for us outside the tunnel entrance. Any questions?
Nope.
Then let us be off. Good luck, my friend.
Okay. This is the hired thug.
Who goes there? Sorry, I couldn't see anything. Shouldn't have worn this hood. An adventurer. Damned fool. Should have never come here. How about you? And I was there. Just appeared out of thin air.
Yeah, seriously. I too am a pugilist. I mean monk. I'm a monk. I'm not a pugilist. I did it! Oh. Hi, did you just sprout from the ground?
Kill her and be done with it. Destroy the small potato.
Puff, that's racist.
What? Why? He came out of the ground.
I mean, he did, but...
Kill the big potato.
That's a little less racist. How dare you, Puff? Bad Puff.
What is race?
Actually, you know what? That's probably a fair point. She probably wouldn't know, right? They're just all void sent, yeah?
Yeah.
I thought that was the sunlight for a second, and I was like, damn. So
I demand that you take this creature home so we can hug it.
Oh, the gold fleece? Yeah, that's pretty cute.
Where did it go?
It vanished in thin air. Shh, Puff. I'm waiting for people.
I don't understand. What's this all about? Ah!
Oh, dear me. What do we have here? Oh, we're finally protected from the...
I wouldn't hit that.
I don't want to. Nope. It's not gonna aggro me, is it? Oh, God. Oh, Bird, you're standing in a bad place.
As you can see, this is a fine mess. When I tried to restrain him, he drew a hidden blade and lashed out. But before I could disarm him, one of my subordinates panicked, and this is the result. How foolish of me to underestimate the bastard, and to bring an unexperienced recruit. Commander Leveilleux will be most disappointed.
But where's your recruit? Oh, wait, this guy's dead?
Damn it all. A golden opportunity wasted. As for the clients, though we know not how, they slipped past our perimeter. At present, the first is currently tracking a party of Duskwhite Sellswords we suspect may be them. Would that we could have enlisted the aid of the Immortal Flames or the Brass Blades. Alas, we're here to aid them. They're in no position to aid us. Well, at the very least, we have secured the weapons. Yet even that accomplishment is lacking, for the information we received indicated a massive shipment, and this is anything but.
Uh-huh.
Just imagine Puff hiding behind your shoulder.
Yeah. She either, like, sits on my shoulder or, like, is just kind of, like, casually really close by all the time.
It's one of you guys is terrifying. What is that?
I don't know, Puff.
I will join the first in their hunt for the Duskwhite Sellswords. If the gods are good, we will catch them before they escape into the Black Shroud. In the meantime, I ask that you deliver these weapons to Ul'dah in my stead. Entrust them to the third's Yu Hase. He will take care of the rest.
Should I check it for anything specific?
No, that's quite all right. Just take it to Yu Hase.
Okay.
Yes.
Suspiciouser. What could possibly go wrong? That's a trick question. Nothing can go wrong. Everything's fine. Where
This
the hell?
aetheryte smells like sweat.
Yeah, there's a lot of sweaty people here. This is a
It's
warm
in my
place.
puffs. I inhaled some. Help!
No. Poor Puff. La-di-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-dee-da.
Ah, the Warrior of Light, ever reliable friend to the Crystal Braves. You have my deepest thanks for your assistance in Kirkless. Now, what brings you to us this day?
Ilbert told me to bring this to you and that you would sort it out. I had that in my pocket. Out of my butt and onto the floor it goes.
Ew. A gift of weapons with a certain black marketeer. Courtesy of Captain Ilbert, you say? Understood. Once we've cataloged the contents, I'll have them delivered to the Hall of Flames.
This cannot be everything, can it? There was only the one box. Rio stated with confidence that would be a far greater quantity of weapons.
A blatant falsehood. Clearly, Riol is unfamiliar with the ways of Uldan merchants. Whoever strive to present themselves as greater than they are. We should be thankful that this information was not completely erroneous, and that we managed to achieve anything of worth at all. It's still something worth celebrating, isn't it, Lieutenant? Besides, we've got more important things to worry about, like fighting those Garleans up north.
There'll be no fighting if I have anything to say about it. Our orders are to stand watch, not to seek glory in battle. If you have no further need of us, then I shall take my unit to the ceruleum processing plant.
Time for the Fourth to earn their keep, eh? Fight well, Alien, for the freedom of all. Off of the floor and into my budget goes. Excellent work, as always, my friend. Rest assured that the Immortal Flames will hear of your contribution. Until we meet again. Yes. Until we meet again.
Run! Oh.
Exalia, a word, if it please ye.
Sure, what's up?
Not here. Look for me at the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. No need for whistling this time, don't you worry.
Okay. Let's see here.
That real character is hot. I like him.
Oh yeah, you like Real?
I'm going to climb into his pocket. Tell no one.
I'm sure he'll notice that you're in his pocket suddenly.
Tell no one.
Hey Real, I'm here, and please ignore the thing that's floating near me. It might disappear momentarily.
Is that a puff of air in my pocket, or am I just happy to see you?
Ha!
Thanks for indulging my request. Few places better than a market for privacy, I find. All the hustle and bustle of commerce means most conversations go unnoticed. I'll get to the point. At the Burning Wall, when you and the captain interrupted the exchange, what happened? Tell me everything, leaving no detail out.
I beat up some of the hired thugs, and then I was standing watch outside of the tunnel, and then I heard a noise, so I went inside to investigate the tunnel, and Ilbert said that they confronted the merchant, and then one of his underlings accidentally killed the merchant, and that some of the other stuff, the other merchants or stuff was running off, so they went to go chase after him. and I brought the contraband here.
That's not quite how the first told it.
I'm bad at storytelling.
You did quite all right. These Duskwives that they were chasing. Latest word is that we lost the trail. But you never saw him yourself. Not before the fighting started. And not after?
No, I didn't see anyone else there.
Something ain't right. I don't know what it is, but I can feel it in me bones. I'm not daft enough to be misled by some merchant's drunken boast. Our information was reliable, goddammit. I know he purchased those weapons. As if I've never deciphered a moneylender's books, or had to follow a transaction back to its source. Did plenty of that back when the Braves were getting started, believe me. The commander wanted assurances that we weren't taking gil from the wrong sort of benefactors. Of course, these days the money flows like water, and the first and third get the shiniest new toys. Forgive me, friend. I have a lot on my mind these days, and I appreciate you lending an ear. Right then, let's get back at it.
Suspicious or suspicious? Oh, god damn it. Who's calling me now? Oh, hi, Tataru. It's Alia! Can you hear me? This is Tataru! Yes, I can hear you. No need to yell. Your presence is urgently requested at the Rising Stones. Please come and see me as soon as you are able. Okay, Tataru, calm down.
I have returned from Riel's pocket.
Yeah, did you have fun in there?
It was linty. So yes.
You like lint?
I do.
I would not have expected the puff of darkness to like lint.
They're like little clouds of cloth.
Oh, okay. Nope, that makes sense. All checks out.
We shall start a lint-based religion.
No. Tataru, are you okay? What's going on? What is it? Thank you for coming so quickly, Xaeus. We've a guest from Ishgard who wishes to speak with you. A most, determined lady, by all indications. Okay. Well, we're gonna have to call that one here. So, who is this Ishgardian that needs my presence? Aid? I don't know. Anyway, until next time on Final Fantasy XIV main scenario quest playthrough. Yes. Anyway, bye.